Hello again and welcome. This is Robert Schein, Managing Director and Partner of Blanke Schein Wealth Management. Today is August 5th, 2020. Several topics we're going to discuss today. One, the question is, will we get a big deal by Friday as it relates to the CARES Act extension of unemployment benefits, extension of essential additional assistance for small businesses. And right now there's some good indication overnight or the news cycle that Washington is potentially on target for a deal, which is keeping and lifting markets up. Specifically, we've been talking about the 10-year Treasury. 10-year Treasury caught a bid this morning, which then from the fixed income market, that's a positive sign. As I signaled a few days earlier, watch the 10-year Treasury. It's that blinking light on the dashboard of financial, sort of the economy, financially speaking. And it was significantly flashing red warning signs. Doesn't mean we're not going to retest the 10-year Treasury low that we've already set in, but today it reversed course, it's relief. And then equity markets had a sigh of relief as it relates to the fixed income markets, all because there's all potential signs of a deal, potentially as soon as this weekend. So that's big news to follow. Let's continue to watch it as hopefully Congress makes progress as the market, more specifically, the economy, needs that to happen. Our next topic is on Friday, we could see, in addition, it's a big day. It could see a huge jobs number. It's going to be very curious to see, unemployment benefits, the enhanced unemployment benefits by $600 a week by the federal government, in addition to your state unemployment claim. That stopped on July 31st, so last Friday. What we see from a lot of small businesses, what we hear is all of a sudden there's a lot of people showing up to work because that assistance is gone. In fact, over 57% of Americans made more staying home by claiming the additional enhanced benefit than they actually did working. So this is going to be a great, exciting experiment to see if this Friday job report actually then instigates a lot of people from actually reporting for work. Now, we know that the economy is suffering, and we know that there's a lot of store closures permanently. I'll talk about that later. But in between, we're going to see, were we paying people to stay home for a short period of time to bend the curve? Yes, economically speaking, that was the design of this. Long term, that's what Congress is debating. Is how much is too much, or where's this enhancement? Once you start a government program, will you ever get rid of it or reduce it? It's almost impossible. History has shown that. Social Security was temporary post-Great Depression. Well, I think a lot of people are not only counting on Social Security in the future, but they're depending on it today to pay, monthly bills. And that was a temporary program. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. That all will show us a sign of, people reporting back to work, even if it's for the short term, as the employers are asking them to come back, and as an enhancement of unemployment insurance has gone away as last Friday. So this Friday is going to see, even though job reports are lagging, so we won't see this Friday's job number include last Friday's stopped enhancement, but the trend is going to continue to persist over the next several weeks of people going back to work. At least that's what we want to see. That's what the markets want to see. But this Friday is going to tell us a lot. So let's pay attention to that. Let's talk about our last topic of the day. And it's a quiz for you. California leads in what category? I'll give you a second to think about it. There's several categories that California leads in, and I'm not talking about the coronavirus cases. I think last night we just took number one over a couple other states in terms of the total number of cases reported as of year to date. But that's not what I'm talking about. Specifically, unfortunately, California is number one in businesses closing permanently. Since March 1st, we got a Yelp report that shows 5 or 6 states that have the most Yelp sort of reported closes. Yelp is one of those that you could see if a business is closed temporary, when the small business owner goes on to their Yelp sort of account and says adjust their temporary hours, or say that they're open for delivery or takeout or not at all. But then there's also that component and category within Yelp that the engineers of Yelp have just shared this information that showed so who leads what. And California is basically reporting that on Yelp, or at least Yelp is reporting that in California is number one in reported businesses that have reported permanent closure, okay, since March 1st. Not temporary, permanent. It's 15% of businesses in California on Yelp that have reported a permanent closure. Our next closest is 5% in Texas. Georgia, Florida, Arizona are all about 5 or 6% respectively, all the way down to 1 or 2%. And those are the ones that are leading the United States, so no need to mention everyone else. But California has right now is about 15% of small businesses that have reported through Yelp. Yelp is the source for this. That said, since March 1st, they are reporting that they are permanently closed. That's absolutely tragic. When I said that Congress needs to act and act fast, absolutely. These small businesses are dying on the vine. And it's absolutely just devastating. And in the state of California, what that means and why that's relevant, why I'm reporting it, specifically for my clients, and what we think about as we do some planning on a go-forward basis for our clients is this one fact. When you have that many closures, that means lost revenue for the state. Lost revenue for the state means one thing: taxes are going up. Okay. In fact, in August right now, California legislation is looking to take up an increase. They're going to take a vote. Maybe you're paying attention to this or not, but I encourage you to take a note of what the California legislation is doing. They're trying to increase our taxes, not on a go-forward basis. They're trying to do it for this year on a retroactive basis starting in 2020. So that means all the small businesses, all the consumer, or all the individuals at home. Let's watch this right now, because this legislation in California potentially is going in session virtually, and they're going to make a vote as to raising our taxes. And that's one economic indicator here. Taxes are going to go up, whether they raise them or not. We have small businesses closing by the hundreds in California, and small businesses actually relocating by the hundreds out of the state. So that means when that pie is shrinking, as we're seeing, and less and less revenues that are coming in, and expenses, I don't know that California has ever had a reduction in expenses. It's going to literally come down to all of those that are still remaining in the state of California. So that means that taxes are going up, okay? I don't know how to say it any differently. So how we handle this at Blanke Schein Wealth Management is we plan and prepare. So there's a lot of things, strategies, and we bring in your CPA, and we have that conversation from a planning standpoint as to our current year as well as future years, what we can do, not only just on the investment management side, but also collaborating and thinking about selling that small business, or how we handle that, or handling sort of stock that comes into a portfolio, when you're retiring, or so on and so forth. So these are strategies that you have to stay proactive, as we do, and we're happy to help anyone that, friends and family out there. Again, we're busier than ever right now, rightfully so. I think on our YouTube channel, we got over 250 subscribers as of last night. So I know that everyone out there is watching and liking and subscribing. We truly appreciate that. I also want to encourage you to stay tuned, because we're going to talk about, we're presently working on right now a list of, for our clients, what happens if Republicans control the election, if there's a red sweep or a blue sweep, as well as Democrats control, have at least a positive outcome in this election. Either which way, we're going to be prepared, and we're preparing our portfolios and our clients, and we're going to provide that in a upcoming sort of conference call later this month. So you'll have more information on that from Blanke Schein Wealth Management. If you want to be part of that, we ask that you continue to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. And still stay healthy and stay safe, and maybe watch some sports tonight. Who knows? Hockey's looking good. I saw some great games the other night. So take care.